And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Mister, will you please wake up?
Into the hold of Mike Tomczak. 52-yard field goal attempt. The angle to the left side. Tomczak down on one knee. Arm extended. Waiting for the snap from Maddox. Here it is. The placement made. The kick by Butler. It's on its way to the uprights, and it is gone!
Can you believe it? Oh, my God.
Excellent.
Holy on smoke!
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Last one of the year. And good morning. Let me send a special shout out right now to all the folks tuning in via Transform You Radio. I want to say thank you for hanging with me and, just saying, just keep getting it together. Speaking of getting it together, there's no way I could have done this stretch of shows to close the year without my partner, Cole Johnson, riding shotgun as always. Good morning, sir. It's the last one of the year.
Yes, the final episode of 2021. Good to be with you, man.
Hey, good to have you with me. I got Cool McCain coming at 11:20, and we got a full hour of the College Football Express because it's semifinal day.
Yes, it is.
And I want Cincy to kick the piss out of Alabama. I'm just saying.
I think everybody, for the exception of maybe Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, Alabama, feel the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got to show a Christmas gift that I got from the folks at the hotel. It's a mug that my supervisor Melanie gave me, and it reads, "When coffee is life." Apparently, they've gotten to know me in a short amount of time. Hey, that works for me. I'm looking forward to 2022, man.
I am too. I definitely am. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be it's gonna be a great year.
It's going to be a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Because I get spoiled with Cole Sports on the Daily again, and I'm a big time fan of that.
Oh yeah, I got some stuff lined up already. So
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I get you 5 days a week as my partner in crime here on the show. So both of our brands are just going to, people want to say you have to expand your brand. No, ours are going to explode. Forget expanding.
Yeah. I don't mind the expansion, but yes, the explosion is what I'm looking for.
The explosion is going to happen. Okay? For those of you watching via Facebook and YouTube, I decided no graphics today because I'm testing a few things. I got a little more space to work with now. I'm just about done with COVID. Just got to get a confirmation in the next couple of days, You know what I was worried about? I was worried that my boss would not know what's going on, and I thought I'd lose my job.
Mm.
So I called her yesterday to update her and my supervisor what's going on. My boss said, "You know what? Get off this phone and get better and come back to me healthy."
Good.
I'm like, "What?" Because I've never had that before. I've dealt with
Right.
health issues most of my life,
Mm-hmm.
especially, battling weight. Let's just keep it a stack. Let's, as the
Mm-hmm.
popular lexicon says. I
Mm-hmm.
don't use it, but I will use it today. Let's just keep it a stack. I've had health problems all throughout my adulthood, especially when I ballooned to over 500 pounds. To have a supervisory figure for a place that I work for say, get off this phone, get well, and come back healthy, that's a belated Christmas gift to me. Because my wife and I both got sick.
Mm.
So, yeah, for those of you who think COVID is not a thing,
It is not a joke.
shame on you. That's all I got to say. Shame
Yeah.
on you for thinking that way.
Yeah. It is not
Because
a joke.
now I can speak from experience. First of all, I'm glad I got the vaccine right before the Super Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I only kept the symptoms 2.5 days.
Yeah. So you were well able to fight this. Good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to the college football playoff. I'm looking forward, I've said this all throughout I'm looking forward to my 50th birthday, which will be celebrated. And if I have to go on air and celebrate it, I'll celebrate it on air. Looking forward to the new year and just a whole bunch of stuff I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to finally getting my studio built. I've been talking about this, as you well know, for the better part of 3 years, is getting my own
Mm-hmm.
studio built. And man, I got some plans for that. And that's all I'll say.
Mm.
I got some plans for the studio, and I will just say, and you're going to get such a kick out of this, my wife is heavily involved, and I got a big old grin on my face because she is.
Oh, good. Good.
Now, can we get Ben Simmons the hell out of Philadelphia?
Look, I work with.
I,
Let
I
me see,
figure
one.
I figure if I'm gonna dive in, I
Mm-hmm.
figure if we're gonna dive in on the last one of the year, and those of you who know me know I usually have an outline. I don't have one today. It's the last one of the year, so I'm winging it.
Let me see. I work with one, two, three, four Philadelphians,
Oh God.
and I can tell you they have all, at least to me, have made that proclamation boldly clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
No more.
yeah
No more
yeah
Ben in
yeah
Philadelphia.
yeah. I could tell you, just talking to four Philadelphians, they don't want him there. I know each and every person that passed Will Fargo's arena doesn't want him there. And he
I
doesn't
mean,
want to be there. The only
five.
people who seem to want him there would be the Philadelphia 76 organization. But
I want to be for one day in Daryl Morey's place, and here's why. I would call Ben Simmons into my office. I would show him the contract he was given, and I'd tear it up. I'd be such. I I would just tear it up and say, look, you gotta go. You ain't helping us win. You're not gonna help us in the future. I'd kick him out. Now, is that an unconventional way to handle things? Yeah, it is.
well, of course, in sports
It's
it is, but
it's old school. That's
yeah.
how I feel.
Mm, it's all about. I know for them, it's all about wanting to get some bang for their buck, and
How much bang do you want to keep a guy like that around? Who's going to? I think I posed this earlier in the year. Who wants the blankety blank headache? That's all I
there's
want
your
to know.
and there's your consternation.
Who
You know,
wants the headache? Who wants
because
the
for
headache?
the longest time, I thought the 76ers organization thought he was not a headache. In terms of, well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know he's problematic, but
Yeah,
what
but
what yeah what he can provide on the court for us, whether he's on it or the value that he can provide when we trade him and get something in return, sort of negates what he has been in terms of the problem.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to me now, speaking of old school, to me now you look at him and it's like, well, doggone, man, there isn't really an upside to you being there. And the more problematic thing is, it's less and less of an upside to say we're going to trade you and get something in return because the other 29 teams really do see you for who you are, which is a 6'10", 200 plus pound. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm searching for? Oh yeah, fraud.
I'm sorry. Did you say a word I've been saying about Ben Simmons for 4 years?
Yeah,
Fraud.
it's
He's a fraud.
when you have someone on your team where you need to trade him and you know that you can't get anything in return or you get little
Mm-hmm.
in return because the other teams sniff all this stuff out and they know this is basically something to the effect of, oh, well, we're getting rid of garbage or we're getting rid of our garbage. And it's not necessarily how you can frame it in other sports vernacular when you see trades like that. And
Mm-hmm.
one man's trash is another man's treasure. Well, other teams are looking at Ben Simmons and saying, well, your trash is not going to infiltrate our treasure. And I
Yep.
even mean this if it's a Thunder or the Rockets going after him,
Exactly.
let alone the Nets, the Warriors, or the Suns, because they see this as trash and they see that he cannot benefit them and that he would be just as much of a trash for them as he has been for the 76ers. So why
Exactly.
even decide to trade for him? That's a big time problem that the 76ers have because the last bit of tape that everybody has of him is Game 7 of last year's Eastern Conference semifinal matchup between themselves and the Hawks, where he did a disappearing act for the seventh fourth quarter in a row. So, what team would want him? And then what makes it even worse, after that, when he basically made everybody the scapegoat of his problems.
Of his
Well,
problems, yes.
yeah.
Say that. Preach that again, preacher. Say
Oh
that
yeah.
again, please.
I mean, after that debacle of a series for him,
Mm-hmm.
where he just basically simply made everybody the scapegoat for his problems or
For
of it.
his problems.
I mean, it was Doc Rivers' fault. It was, it was, it was I'm blanking. Brown is the last name, but I'm blanking on the head coach before
Brett
him.
Brown.
Brett.
Brown.
Brett. I wanted to have other B's that's coming in my name, my brain. But yeah, Brett. It was Brett Brown's problem. Then it was Doc Rivers' problem. Then it was Daryl Morey's problem.
Mm-hmm.
And before it was Brandon it was Brandon Elton's problem. It was everybody's problem,
But his.
but his. Even it was the teammates' issues and problems because he, he couldn't get along with them, and the teammates wanting to be bigger than the situation, saying, you know what, look, we may not like what you do, we may not like who you are, but you are a teammate. And we consider you a brother, and this is family, and we want to heal this situation. We want to put a patch in this divide. And what does he say to that? Don't waste your time. Don't fly from Philadelphia, LA. I don't want to see you.
See
You
that
have
right? That right there.
You have
right
all of
there.
yes. You have all of these issues for this one guy where on the court he's an albatross and on the court he's an albatross. Why would you want to have him on your team? And you can't trade him because the other teams in the league look at him as
An
a detriment
albatross.
and an
An
albatross.
albatross.
The only thing you could do is cut bait and say, you know what, doggone it.
We're
We
out of
wasted
here.
our money. Yeah, we're out of here. We wasted our money giving you an extension the year before you pulled this mess. Well, yeah, we need to cut bait and move forward because
We'll
unfortunately,
eat the money, okay?
yeah,
We just
right.
want you out, gone,
Be-
adios.
because unfortunately now he looks as though he's draining the life out of the